will be Faker, 200 points, 2-0 and 0. I feel like it was more than 2-0 and 0. I love quirky gameplay, just like sit there in your little thing, shoot out a rocket, and then Valkyrie over the wall and shoot another one, and you're...
As I say it, gonna do it. They actually just lock it in here, so let's see how T1 responds, because they don't have closer this time on their roster.
That would be aggressive. Definitely fighting fire with fire. This is exactly the matchup that if you're a T1 fan, like, this is the test that you want for Zeus, right?
Yeah.
You didn't want the Gragas, like, meh, no.
A Kali from getting on top of you, but it'll be the Lulu instead.
All right, that 1 second
you
doesn't scare Carrier.
You jinxed it, and for the earlier part of this, especially pre-6s.
Oh, wow. We're going aggressive. Yeah, the exhaust.
Hard.
Yeah, he does. And so far, yep, there's the flash as Faker is going to get queued by Dread. The flash is going to be used, and he makes it underneath the turret. He'll have to go home. This is greedy positioning from BDD.
He is holding the gold card ready.
None of these top laners do.
BDD is also coming up very slowly.
Yep, Mist is on cooldown as Dread only level 4, so not going to be kicking anyone, but can he actually land any backflips? Gets the speed up. There's the ignite. 5-point strike comes in. Zeus is going to make his way out. Wrapping around here, Ona is going to be discovered. There's the Destiny as BDD does find the gold card onto Carrier. No flash, remember, as there's the flash in. Dread is going to pick up the kill, but they trade back immediately. Level 5 only, still for the Lee Sin. Gumushi gets underneath the turret. It's a 1-for-1 in the end. First blood went over to T1, and I think they're trading up once more.
Yeah, that's right. This time it's like, oh, you mean Faker's just farming up? 18 CS ahead.
Deadly Flourish is going to connect. Gravity Field find himself this one, but Zeus going to face check. And
Destiny
there's the Destiny. This is what we want. Some proactive play from Nongshim. There's the kick. Perfect execution comes through as well.
Isn't enough, but it's exactly how this comp is meant to work, right? And this is what we've talked about so much. Even under pressure from Faker here, BDD is still able to pull this off. Backs out, goes up into the river, and then decides to Destiny Gate here. Dread's already set up for the kick. And Zeus does the best he can to get as many minions. He's like, how many minions can I save from this scenario? I think they've missed out. Well, they're going for it.
It's going to get in there, and he just heads on forward, and he steals it away. There's the ult to come through from Peter as well as Ona, just barely out of the way of the final chapter. The curtain call, I believe, came out, but, oh no, wasn't actually. And there is the Destiny now, as it is going to be secured by Dread, and now Canna getting into the back line. This is a lot of damage. Final chapter doing a lot of work as Faker is taken down immediately. The Gravity Field did a fair bit of work, but Carrier is left on his own. BDD tries to flash his way out as Zeus down to half health, now diving back in. The needlework doesn't quite work though, as that is a double kill for Canna. Dread looking for Ona as well, and he should get it. It's Gumushi just getting ignored, and the rest of his team is torn apart. Canna wanting a little bit more. Wanted to pick up that kill onto his ex-teammate as he finds the 5-point strike, and I don't think you're safe underneath this turret, Gumushi, and he's absolutely not. The tank Akali gets the work done and surely will take down the outer turret.
Ends early game, and finally something had to give, and it's Canna who takes the Hextech portal to the back of the fight. BDD's there with him. Instantly deleted is Faker. He's the majority of the damage in this fight. The curtain call is canceled early because Zeus is near Ghost, but he did his job. They blew up Faker, and now this is basically a 5v4 fight. And then as soon as, I mean, it's a 4v3 now, and as soon as Zeus tries to go in here and turn it, it's too late. Owner is trapped. They get the whole wipe. It's a delayed ace here, and that's a ton of extra gold going over here to Nongshim. Full watch Canna, he's like, I got this.
Yep.
Let's see if it says anything else. You can hear the Korean casters going nuts in the background. Nope, doesn't say it. It doesn't have anything else to add about that.
Celebrates with a whole bunch of tabbing. I love it. As Dread gonna have to get out of here. T1 putting on some pressure. Dread going to land the Q, but it's picked up by Ona, so he has nowhere to go now. Canna turns up now as well. Ults right in and gets right out again. That was so clean.
I mean, look at his items. He's already stacked up right now. Before that.
Yep, as Canna's going to find Zeus here, or has Zeus found Canna is the question, as they're fighting over the wolves. The rest of T1 are going to turn up faster though as the Cataclysm comes on through. Canna's going to get taken down as Ghost. Not enough damage right now as BDD will trade it.
Ones will be a lot easier to do as this is all the resources committed to kill Dread. So, like you said, hits the Q, unfortunately, onto a Jarvan. If you look at the mid lane, you can see that they're trading their own fight there, trying to actually come back, but very slow. And then BDD just says, all right, well, I'm going to go to a side lane. Instead, you zoom forward into this replay, and you can see he's pushing mid during this exchange. And yes, Canna goes down, they get an inner turret, but it's at the cost of that Hextech point.
Yep, he's like, someone's coming.
맞짱갈게. 얘 E 있어. 살짝 쫓아가볼게 이거.
And
나이스.
here for Nongshim they had earlier is winging. They're not as ahead as they once were.
Well, Canna is going to look for this one this time. He's like, you went for the 1v1 before, but can we actually make this one happen? And Zeus says, absolutely. Bring it on.
Mid lane. And, uh-oh, Faker.
Faker in trouble. There's the gold card. Everfrost there as well, and that is all too easy. This is how you play the Twisted Fate. As Zeus is teleported in. It's another gold card, and it's free for BDD. T1 are looking to try and trade this with the inner turret in the mid lane, but it's going to be a race. And
as a result, that's an extra kill being fed over here. Look at the Lee Sin's kill score now, 5-0 and 2 this game.
Getting some autos onto this Baron as Dread in the area does have a cat with him as Prowling Projectile spots that there's no one waiting in the brush. Destiny is available. They haven't pulled the trigger just yet as Dread gets in, kicks out the jungler, but Ona gets back in. He flashes, picks up the Baron. No one takes the Baron from this man as Dread is trying to escape, has a big old shield, and now Canna has finally got here. The jungler battle is going to be won by the man with the more friends, and now Canna is trying to delete all of these Barons. Carrier not going to be so lucky. Two of them looking to try and escape, but the curtains have been called. Dread gets forward. Zeus dives over, and he is immune. Thankfully manages to get the circle, but he's running in the wrong direction. Oh, is he actually a genius?
Really get a buff at all. As watch this fight. This is so greedy from T1. They're like, okay, we're going to try to trade this. There's no way they could test, right? Nongshim saying, no, we're going in. Look at Dread. Look at the health on this when he hits it. 28!
Oh, man, I think that was even an auto from the Jabin.
Oh, and then Dread gets out. And then Dread is the key member of this fight. He helps win this one out against Owner. He's got the cat on top of him. And yes, they get the pick onto a Twisted Fate, but that's really only an initiation tool. It's not the throughput that you need in this fight. And the teleport makes it so easy for them to chase.
Yeah.
And now they have not only the deleted Barons and all that extra gold.
To Zeus.
They are just pushing it hard right now. And with the slows coming through, it's so difficult for T1 to defend.
Yeah.
And now they're splitting it up.
The Hextech Soul really working out here, and they've got double rapid fire cannon. They can activate it so easily with this composition. Certainly has been done in the past, but not with a completely destroyed base. Gumushi almost dead here as Dread trying to get into that backline. The curtains have been called, and T1, they have to respect it. The final chapter comes down as well. This Yuumi keeping them all in position while their inhibitor is taken once again. Super Mega Death Rocket to do some damage onto Canna, but he's not too worried about it as now Ghost has been engaged on. Just flashes out. Gale Force there as well as the Destiny is going to be used.
Yep. They're going to use the Hextech Gate.
Yeah, Teleporter is going to come down as T1 know that they want to turn this one. Dread tries to get into the backline. There's the final chapter, and it's a great gold card that lands. The Jinx already taken down as now Faker's in trouble as well. Chaos Storm trying to get that zoning in, but Canna finally turns up. And the Victor cannot do anything. The backflips are coming through. All of the 5-point strikes, and you can tell this is so cathartic for the former T1 player as Nongshim are now flashing in the jungle, and they will pick up the win in Game 2.
Incredible execution of this comp. It feels like we've talked a lot about how tempo-based comps need to get ahead. They need to get those advantages, but it so very rarely happens in this scaling meta, especially in a slow region like the LCK. But Nongshim are the first team to pull it off with flying colors, make that first pick Twisted Fate work swimmingly here.
Oh yeah.
And it was off of 2 Hextech Gate teleports. They won those major fights. So well played. The gold card in the backline, the follow-up damage from the Akali, the setup there with the Jhin. Curtain calls coming through from Ghost on his signature champion.
And Ghost undying throughout that game as well. This was...
I didn't trust in that first pick, Twisted Fate. I even said I don't think either of these teams will pick it up early. They'll wait and see what they can get first, but no. They said, I'm picking this first. We're building a comp around it. They built that composition.
천천히 나와줘, 천천히 나와줘.
안 봤어.
징크스.
징크스.
나 괜찮거든?
천천히.
구엔 조심해, 구엔.
빠지면서 볼게.
네.
나 위에 있어, 괜찮아. 나 위에 있어. 빅토르. 좋아.
너 태워줘야 돼.
잡 가면 끝난다, 이거 잡고.
아이고 잘못
잘 가고 있어. 나이스.
끝내줘.
탑 가자. 나이스.
나이스. 안 돼.
It's okay. 괜찮아.
있어, 오케이. 괜찮아.
난 말치라도 맞잖아. 가자.
아무것도 안 했는데 KD가 좋아. 나이스.
진짜 넘어오지.
너 K-
안 돼. 진혁이 형 좀 천천히 해야 될 것 같아요.
너 KD
어?
피터야?
뭐라고?
나이스.
아니 KDA 노래 불러줘. 너 KDA 좀.
나 천천히 했는데?
진아 잘했어. 잘했어.
저기요 나이스.
KDA 노래 불러줘.
KD의 뭔 노래요?
팝스타.
나이도 나이도 땅이상